Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, we're coming to you a blog post we want to share with you, of course, for you the latest social media and technology. Give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, be sure to tell a friend. We're going to be comparing today the AT&T Samsung Galaxy S4 camera against the HTC One from AT&T, the camera in the HTC One, of course, and we're going to see which one we think is better. So this should be pretty interesting. Be sure to watch all of our other videos. We got all the major tech toys from all the major companies, including phones. So let's, without further ado, take a look at these two wonderful phones and their cameras. Okay, so let's compare the two cameras here. You can see with the Samsung Galaxy S4, we have a little quick menu that's up here where you can easily get into some quick settings, make changes that you want. You can even do slow motion, fast motion, limit for MMS, all that good stuff, turn off microphones, etc., flash. You can easily get into that, and of course you can easily get into your portfolio here. You can also very quickly get into different settings where you can change the looks of different shots as they are as you're shooting them, so that you can kind of see how they're going to turn out and all that good stuff. Now, there's also a mode system called mode. You've got auto, night, sports, beauty, face, best photo, sound and shot, drama, animated photo, rich tone, HDR, which is really cool. And you've got eraser mode where you can actually erase stuff from the background of shots. You can also do panorama, sports, night, etc., automatically be able to adjust all these sort of different things. And what's really nice is you can do them on the fly. And I really love the UI that they use for the camera on the Samsung S4. The HTC One leaves a little bit more to be desired. You've got, of course, an easy place where you can adjust your flash. You've got a quick menu that's down here where you can kind of do some limited things with it. Not much, especially in comparison to the S4. And one complaint I've always had about the HTCs is I just don't like how limited their UIs are for the phones in and of themselves. Now you do have something called Zoe where you can create these continuous shooting scenes and stuff like that. It's kind of a feature that I don't ever use. Both cameras have, of course, zoom on them. You can do your photos and your videos. You can also do, much like the S4, you can do different kind of scenes that are edited as you're shooting them and give them sort of effects. Personally, I still prefer the S4 better. But let's take a look at some of the photos that we got out of both of these. Now, what we'll be looking at here is video that I took on both these, so we'll go ahead and play them. And you can see here the HTC does take really beautiful video. I'll let you be the choice of which one you think is better. But the HTC does come out with some really, really beautiful video, and you can see probably a little bit more detail, and at least that's what I'm seeing on my end. Given that I like the S4 camera, I got to tell you, and I like the setup in the UI, I got to tell you I do like the way the HTC One shoots. Now it does have higher PPI per pixel per screen, so this may contribute to the quality of shot, but you can see here its range is usually wider too in its shot. Now it's using what are called ultra pixels in the HTC line. You can also see here this is a color shot that we use to kind of show you the colors. Now a lot of stuff looks fairly good here on the HTC One, but I got to tell you, in this case the Samsung S4 is much better. There's much more clarity and beauty to the colors. I can see actually the graininess in design that's on the table tennis, where much of that is lost over here on the HTC One. So I can see much better details, and I can see the real difference between having 13 pixels as opposed to 4. So much better photo in my mind in this particular photo, etc., etc. Now, these two photos are both good photos. I tend to like the HTC One better, and I just like the way the colors mount and the details and everything else. These are probably taken at different heights, so give that into your thought process when you realize that I may have not been exactly at the same height when I took these photos. So the relationship to them is very different. One thing that is interesting, and this is something that I haven't been excited with the HTC One, and it's a very honest fail, is this picture is taken in complete darkness. Now what we do is we go into, obviously, my laundry room. We take the picture in complete and utter darkness with no light whatsoever to be able to hint off the focus on the camera. So this is the Samsung 4 shooting in complete darkness and finding its focus, looking good. You can see the lamp flash is really large, potent, and beautiful here. Where as opposed to the HTC One, really struggling. The HTC One is really struggling here to get the focus, to get the shot, to even have enough light to be able to pull it off. So definitely a disappointment on the HTC One, and for me a real big difference maker. Here once again is a video shot where we're shooting in complete darkness, and we had to focus both these cameras in to be able to find their focus. You can see the S4 is doing just fine and has a huge bright lamp flash to it, whereas opposed on the HTC One, really struggling to find the focus and keep the focus, and also the lamp flash isn't that bright on the HTC One. So a huge difference here in the quality, especially if you're operating in completely dark situations, you're taking nightclub shots, you're out at night, etc., etc. Maybe that's not important to most people because they won't take these style of shots, but it can definitely make a difference in the quality of your photos overall and over time. So I'll let you choose and decide which one might work best for you. They are both 1080p, 30 frames per second video recorders, but it is interesting that the lamp flash is a thing that you have to consider when you are buying these cameras and looking at them from that aspect. So that's what we're taking toying with now. Overall, I think the S4 is better. Well, there are certain pictures that I will like, especially in low light, from the HTC One. Overall, when it comes to video and lamp flash, I like the S4 much better, especially from the menu and the ease of it and everything else. Okay, so all in all, both these phones are wonderful phones. I don't think you can really hold anything against either one of them. I do know from the extreme uses I've had with both of them, and I have both these phones in our possession thanks to AT&T, that the Samsung S4 outperforms it, but it's very slight, and so it really depends on what you like in a phone, etc., etc. You can see other comparison reviews that we've done of both these phones, so you can get a deeper understanding of which one we think is the best, and you can choose and decide amongst yourselves. I think they're both great phones, great potential, and definitely they have their fan base. So you can go to AT&T.com, that's AT&T.com, our good friends who loan the phones to us. Check out the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the HTC One, which is really cool. And also, please give us a like. Subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get all the latest and greatest. We have all the major phone companies sending us phones, and you definitely want to keep up on all the phone video comparisons that we do, from everything from Android to iPhone to BlackBerry. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to watch our other videos, and like I said, give us a like, subscribe, and tell a friend if you would. We'd certainly appreciate that. Thanks for coming by.